In today's video, we are going to take a closer look at the quote, "Dare to think different," and what this quote has to do with the human collective identity. So if you're new to this channel, interpreting quotes is about quotes, stories, and music. If you enjoy personal development from an introspective viewpoint and you want to lean back, close your eyes, and enjoy 10 to 50 minutes of a calming journey into our mind, emotions, and spiritual connection, then you may consider subscribing. For easier following, I divided this video into 6 different sections. And for best results in regenerating your mind and integrating this hopefully valuable knowledge, watch the video to the end, because then I will tell you how you can generate a positive impact in your life through a clearer awareness of your identifications. So first of all, what is collective identity and how is it affecting our social life? It's pretty simple. Being a part of a community, a group, or society means you have a collective identity. For example, a job description you share with others, or gender you share with others, status, tradition, religions. All of these things make you having a collective identity. It's always about having a common goal and having a common enemy or opponent. And in order to reach the common goal, so the goal of the community, the group, or the society, you have to overcome an enemy. And the effects it has on our social life means loss of access to our individual potential. The more we are part of this community, of this collective identity, the less we see our very own unique individual potentials. We are in permanent fight against other communities, groups, and societies because we have to overcome the enemy to reach the community goal. But it also makes it easier for us to identify people as part of a group. For example, if we see a man in a white coat, we think, it's a doctor. We can identify the person as it. If we see a person with a cross on their chest, we think it's a Christian priest. So it makes it easier for us to identify people as parts of a group. And another impact it has on our social life is the formation of stereotypes. Especially movies make use of this technique. They create certain characters that are very easy for us to relate because we know them from our daily life. So the stereotypes are easier for us to identify. But why do we long for a common identity, for a collective? Why do we long for belonging? It's pretty simple. It's instinct. From thousands of years ago, when humanity was very young, people merged together in tribes to ensure everyone's surviving. In these wild times, people had no choice but to get together and try to make everybody survive the winter or other different difficult times. And this instinct still is in our brains today. Today, it's just more like we act out of habits. It's imprinted in our brains. And it makes us feel like we still need this collective identity to survive. The second thing is we want to be liked by people whose opinion matters to us. And traditions tell us how to live and act, and religions tell us what to believe and what to reject. So where do we find extremes of collective identity in society? Whenever there is hate or war in between certain groups, communities, societies, and so on, then we have an extreme of collective identity. For example, genocide. Genocide happened when a small group of people made a huge group of people fighting another group of people. For example, Jews, Native Americans, or Hindus. Another extreme is media. Intriguing headlines, statements, mixing facts and assumptions just to make us click so they can form the opinion of the consumer. It's an extreme that they use our collective identity to make us believe certain things or mixing up facts with assumptions. And another thing where you see extremes of collective identity is propaganda, making people believe one side of the idea. For example, North Korea. People don't have access to any other information, and the people who give the information, the leaders of the country, portray themselves as gods, as superior, stronger and better provided, so the low people feel like they have no chance, so they have to follow. That's propaganda, and that's an extreme of collective identity. But why do media, brands, politicians and other opinion makers use this method? It's pretty simple. Collective identity is the best way to make people move for a reason. A common enemy means a common purpose to move against. And you have two different ways to reach people. The first way is to reach a small but strongly identified group. The simpler and more specific the goal, the easier it is for the leader to get a specific group of people they want to identify with the goal and follow the leader. And the second way is, in order to reach a larger mass of people, they define the goals more vaguely and broadly. This leads to a weaker identification with the goals and the leader, which in turn means a slower movement for the goal, but it reaches way more people. So before we get to the solution of this manipulative force of collective identity, leave a thumbs up and a subscription to my channel if you like this video so far and if this quote impacts your life. It only takes about 2 seconds, but it helps out a lot. Thank you very much. So how can a certain level of individual identity have a positive impact on your life? It means deeper understanding of your individual feelings, emotions, values and goals, and stronger self-esteem and deeper rooted self-determination. But how can you free yourself from this external determining collective identity? Challenge the status quo and embrace innovation and creativity. Start asking questions where you feel you aren't supposed to be asking questions. Certain narratives want you to believe them without questioning their authority. Break free from limitations of conventional thinking and explore new ideas and perspectives. Ask yourself, where do I identify myself as something that I didn't choose myself, but others set the rules for me? For example, religion, tradition, etc. If you don't want to identify no more as what they expect you to identify, make a change. Create new solutions to complex problems and make meaningful contributions to society. Make use of your individuality and take a close look at where you have your individual perspective and experience, despite belonging to different groups and communities. Develop a greater sense of self-awareness and purpose as you explore your own unique perspectives and ideas. The foundation of individual identity. Thanks for watching and listening, and you may want to watch the video that is now appearing on your screen because it is the video that YouTube thinks you would like the most. And I'll see you in the next video.